CSS battle time. Huh. Looks almost like a dice with a ribbon on it. Okay. Alright. What kind of layers do we have here? I feel like we essentially have two elements. We have a red bar, and then we have a white dot. Now, white dot can be inside of a box, so that could just be a simple radial gradient, and then have that element repeat. The downside is I could do a white dot and possibly do a grid of these white dots so that they're spaced evenly, so we actually have 9 dots, and then do this bar over it to block it off. That might work. I think that might work. I think I'm gonna go with that. So what I'm gonna try to do is on the HTML element, have that as my bottom layer. I'm going to try to do these white dot radial gradients and then size them so that they tile in there, and I'll use like a border or something to squish it into place. The body will have to be a position fix so I can get it to expand beyond that border. Yeah, because I won't be able to use margin or anything like that. So, oh, but if I put a border on the HTML, want to descend to the body, maybe I can use an and. Anyway, so if the body, then I can squish the body with a little bit of margin, but have it expand out the sides, and then use this radial gradient with like a transparent section in it. I mean linear gradient. That ends up making it a, oh, that won't work. Because if I do a linear gradient down, I can't get that transparent middle out of it. But I'd have to do linear gradient across, which means it has to be a narrow element. But then I have to have another element for the vertical bar. I can't stack linear gradients doing that. Maybe I have a p tag. And it has the same... I think I can make that work. So I think instead of a star, I'm going to need an and here, because it's going to be totally separate styling than the nested body and p tags. I want those to have the same kind of background and styling. And I think I am still going to use a linear gradient for the body, because if I just did a background, I'd have to... I could do a box shadow on those. That's pretty simple. A linear gradient with a transparent section, and then sizing, it's going to be more than just a single box shadow. I mean, this circle, I could just do a dot and box shadow it in too. You know, box shadow is completely reasonable here. It is a whole lot faster too. Means we need 1, 2, 3. You need 3 elements to make that work on top of the HTML. Sounds a lot faster and easier than trying to get a radial gradient to tile. And then, I mean, since I have to do a third element anyways, yeah. It's going to be more characters. Is it going to be more characters than gradients? Because once you start having to do multiple color stops, I'd only have to, the radial would only be 2 color stops. It'd be fewer characters than a whole bunch of box shadows. I'm pretty sure it would be. It's quite a few. get our white. It's like 30 pixels. And then we're going to go blue, right? There's our dot. Let's size it. Position it. Let's just say 0 for now. Put our slash in and 100 pixels. Okay. By 100 pixels. So you can kind of see what we're going for here. And we're too big on the sizing, but that's easy enough. We can go 20. 25? That looks about right. Let's look at our diff. Now, the way that we're going to get these positions, let's get a border. Oh, it's going to be different widths on the border. Yeah, I don't think I'm liking this solution already. Because if we do a border to shrink the HTML dimensions, let's say, 50 pixels solid, right? Shrink it down. So our div. Let's change 80, 20. Expand it out. So at 100, the middle one is in place. But we actually have more than we need. Let's go 150. There we go. That's almost about the right spacing. You see the top ones now. This, we want 120, 80, 70. There we go. So let's drop the spacing down to 140, 150, 155. No, that's too far. Okay, 150 is about right. I think I just need to shift them over. Alright, and that's how where we use this, so we can position it. 20. Oh, negative 10. No. Okay, so our spacing is wrong. Okay, let's turn off our diff and let's see. What are we doing here? Okay, it looks like what I have is shifted over to the left there. Okay. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I need to make this actually quite a bit smaller. This needs to be more like 50. No. 80. I need 3 rows per. 100. So I got the 3 rows. Can I shift them over? Actually, 120. 100. Yeah, I need more space. Then 30. Too spaced out. Okay. This is the hard part of gradients is, oh, I see I'm too wide apart still. Well, let's shrink it. 70? Now it's too many dots, right? Yeah, way too many. It's too close together. What am I getting? What am I missing here? 90. Now that, it's almost lined up here, and it's worse there, worse there. Okay, let's try 100. It's gotta be 100. It's gotta be 100. What am I... So at 100, Yeah, they're too far away. I'm just not seeing this the right way. I may have to abandon this and then... $20, $30, $35. Okay, so we got those set up right. Like right there. I don't think this is gonna work. Drop this to 80, 70, 45. Oh, oh. Now it lined up. Okay. So, if I could make the border on the sides bigger than the top and bottom, we'd be golden. I could do border block. Or border width. You know, like I can do width. And then wonder. Well, width I can do 70 pixels, right? 70 pixels or 50 pixels. There we go. So, okay, I need to reverse this. So I can do 70 and 50, and we get kind of our right sizing. And then we just need to move our positioning 30, 20 with the new borders. But we actually need like 80 or 90. And then let's get our positioning right. Okay, okay. 5 pixels, 70 and 70. That's a lot. That is so much right there. I could have just done box. I think, yeah, box shadow. Do box shadows. If you're solving this, just do box shadows. Because I just got one element done, and now I got to style the body and a p tag. All right. So now we're gonna get into our body tag, and we're gonna say background. It shouldn't have any borders or anything. Let's go linear gradient. And we're gonna go left to right, 90 degrees. And it's gonna be this red for 100 pixels. And then, comma, we're gonna do transparent, 0. Oh, not black, transparent. There we go. Okay. So we're also going to need a position fixed on this. Alright. And then with that, because it gets pulled out of the flow, it loses its size and everything, so we need padding on it. It's going to be like 20 by 100. There we go. We're going to need a lot more than that, but that'll start us off. 25 by 150. Position fixed. Why is it not? I'm expecting it to grow outside of that border, and it's not. Okay. Why is the padding not making it grow? It is growing. I only put 100 pixels of length on that. Alright. There we go. Let's give ourselves a good bar. And then, so our padding, yeah, we do need a large padding, but it's going to be 3 figures, so that doesn't really matter. Let's go to -50, but not top to bottom, I think 100. Okay, there we go. Let's get this maneuvered into place. I just thought of a better idea with this. Yeah, I'm doing this really badly, guys. This is silly. This is really silly. All right. We don't need a linear gradient. Let's just do the background. Let's just leave it, right? Let's get this down to a reasonable size. It's probably just 100. And let's just margin this into place and box reflect it. And what we can do is actually rotate the I don't like that it's not lining up perfectly here with the, but maybe it'll be okay. That looks better. Yeah, it looks better. But why do I need a half pixel, you know? Okay. Alright, and then we'll just box reflex it. Get dash box dash reflect. And we're gonna go right, and we're gonna do like 100 pixels. Oh my. There we go. 80. 85? Yeah, probably 85. Oh. Maybe it's 90. Alright. That looks pretty good. This is already feeling like a failed process, but I'm not gonna back out now. I can see a little bit of that white right there. I wonder if that's gonna be a problem. It looks like it will be. 89.5. Hate the 2 extra characters to get. Yeah, that's better. A better result. You just know it's not the way to go. Alright, padding, or P tag, you're going to get all the stuff that the body got, but your padding is going to be something like 50, not 50, but margin, 0, 50. Where are you, Pat? Oh, I don't have a P tag up here. I always run into that problem. We're going to do it. There we go. There it is. Okay. So it's not 50, it's more like 20, 25. That's about right. We're going to margin it up into place, and then we're going to box reflect it. We're going to rotate it so the box reflect ends up in the right spot. 0, let's see right there. So negative 50, 100. We're seeing multiple things showing up, and that is concerning. That is really weird. Well, I don't know why I have 4, but I've had this happen before, and it was okay. I don't know what's happening with these. I think it's a glitch with the box reflect and then the margins and overflow. I think that's what's happening. No, 95, not 950. All right. What I find interesting is I'm not getting it into the middle. 110, 120. There we go. That's about right. All right. I'm going to hit the rotate on this and see what happens. Okay. Disappeared. It's looking good. I don't think it's positioned right. I think I did this one bad. It'd be like that sometimes. 99.2. That's awful. Okay, let's see. 95.5. when you start pulling half characters out, I know I did something weird. That doesn't seem right. Okay, looks a little bit better. Looks like we gotta move it left a little bit. 19.5. Move it down a little bit. 4.5. No, it's gotta be bigger. Yeah. I don't know. I did this bad. I should have just box shadowed everything from the beginning. Do you know how easy it would have been? Would have been simple. Yeah, okay. How long have I spent on this? Way too long. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna eat my mistake. And let's do this right. So I need the p tag still. Alright. HTML is just going to be background of this, right? Nothing fancy. Keep it simple. Alright. I need 2 p tags. That's what I need. I don't need to close the p tag. No one needs to do that. Who would close a tag? So irresponsible. Okay. The body. Which one do I want the body to be? I think I want the body to be the first red bar. So we can go ahead and do the star selector on this one too. So background, we're going to do red. We're not going to change these to variables. We're just blitzing this. We're just giving up on the whole make this pretty kind of thing. We're going to go on 25. There we go. And then right is going to be 100. And then bottom is going to be the same, but we have to put it in so we can deliver that one. Okay, it's running all the way across, so we need you to be like 150, 170, 250. There we go. 255, 245. Boom. Okay, doesn't that already look better? Alright, already looks better. You're going to have a box shadow of, we're going to go, oh, it was like 90 pixels and 0. Oh, it's going to be way more than that. 190. Yeah, there we go. 220. 240. 5. Good. We're going to put in the color. And we're going to do the orange because we're going to be able to reuse that for the box shadow on the P tag. It's going to have the same kind of box shadow. We're going to do the same rotation trick, but it should come up much cleaner. Alright, first P tag. We're going to go position fixed, right? That way we can use padding and margin to get it right. 25, beautiful. Margin. Oh, we're going to have to rewrite a box shadow anyways, but it'll be okay. It'll be alright. 0, 20. Okay. Negative 50 and 50. There we go. Oops. 175. Beautiful. Alright, if we have to do a box shadow anyway, so I'm not going to do the rotate. Because it would have been, the box shadow would have been too far away, because I did 245 pixels, which was good to move the whole bar over because we're pretty much moving the left-hand end of the box shadow to be the closer end. So it just would have been too far for this small box. So we're going to have 0 left to right and then like 90 pixels down. More than that one. 150. 140. Beautiful. Yeah, see, look, there's no edges. Sometimes it's weird how the positioning works. You would think just with margin and padding, the pixel is going to be a pixel, going to be a pixel. Sometimes it gets weird like that. All right, second paragraph is going to be a round one, and so it's going to have the padding is probably going to be the same, but we're going to put a border radius on it, 50%, and then we're going to margin it. Okay, let's see, the background is also going to be different. We're going to give it this. There we go. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, I know why we're having troubles here, because we didn't do that. There it is. Hello. I'll have to change the color on the box shadow. Let's see. Should I make it... Oh, changing color is easy. And it looks... We're going to have to rewrite a box shadow anyways. So reusing the shadow, it looks like it's the right distance for those first two, but I don't think I'm going to be able to reuse the shadow because I'm going to have to override it with the other shadows. Just trying to think where you put it, because sometimes you can scrunch up the negative numbers. Don't overthink it. I'm just going to make it the top left and then do all the box shadows. I'm already over time on this. All right. Doing a second solution that, you know. Perfect. All right. Let's change our color to white. Okay. Excellent. We're going to have to do a second. Trying to think, if I wrote all those box shadows up here for this, where would they end up? So this one I did the one down, and I'd need to do one over. Yeah, I'd just have a grid over here, so I wouldn't be able to hide it. I was hoping like maybe they'd line up where I could hide them, but you can't. Okay, so it's going to be 0, 140, right? We're gonna go probably 140, 0. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then it's probably going to be 70 pixels by 70 pixels. Yep. And 140 pixels by 140 pixels. Wonderful. Love it when all of them math easy like that. And we submit it. We're at 43 more characters right here. But it's 100%. I could do some variables with the background and save a handful of characters. I could do variables. Color is only declared twice. Yeah, that's it. So this is the more verbose, more brute force solution, but I got 100% on it. You know, it's like something to be said for that. The gradients, yeah, I wasn't ever feeling confident with that. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's see where we end up. I'm gonna be at like, yeah, like 280. That's not great on the character count. 288. That's awful. Nope, not a win tonight. Not a win. But it was fun still. I think whenever this happens, I know I'm not seeing it the right way. I need to see it the right way, to build it the right way. And that's part of the fun. So will I be able to see the puzzle tonight? Will the pieces fit together? Will it click? Yeah, I can build any design, but will I find the solution that's the best one? And I think that's what keeps me coming back. Finding that solution. Cool. All right, I'll catch you later.